Now, the northern pike is a species of coniferous fish, also known as the jackfish. They're usually not eaten due to the lack of meat you get and all the bones you would have to process to even eat them. Pike have a large duck-billed mouth with white teeth and a long, slender body. Average 46 to 76 centimeters and 2 to 10 pounds. This is one of the only few species that is found across from Quebec to BC in the Northern Territories and in parts of Europe. But where the northern pike is native to these areas, it's invasive to others. Now, pike are a cool water species and love heavily vegetated rivers and weedy bays of lakes. Pike are mostly found in sluggish streams and shallow, weedy places and lakes. They occur worldwide in fresh waters north of 40 degrees. So, we have got 2 pike here in the summer, and pike are most often olive green, shading from yellow to white along their belly, with short bar-like spots. The younger pike will have yellow stripes turning into dots as they grow and mature. They spawn in the spring immediately after the ice melts and swim through the highly vegetated areas where the female releases her eggs, and they can then scatter randomly and cling to vegetation that may be around the area. This needs to be a suitable place for spawning because of their cannibalistic nature. The young pike need places where they can take shelter between plants so they are not eaten. This is essential for their spawning grounds. Young pike feed on zooplankton and other aquatic insects. And once they reach about 5 centimeters, fish become their main diet. The pike are ambush predators and lurk in the edge of weedy beds, such as this, so they can catch creatures such as fish, crayfish, frogs, mice, and even muskrats if they enter their domain, and the pike lurk up and attack. They can lie in wait and prey, holding perfectly still for long periods of time, and then exhibit remarkable acceleration as they strike for the kill. The northern pike is both a commercial and a sport fish in most areas. Whether in other areas such as the penned oriole system in Washington, USA, the northern pike do considerable harm to an ecosystem. The penned oriole flows from Idaho's Lake Penned Oriole and into Washington at Newport, then north to BC where it enters the Columbia just above the border. The northern pike is an aquatic invasive species which is leaving Washington, losing their native and non-native species and gaining a larger population of northern pike. And they have noticed a reduction in other fish such as minnows, sunfish, perch, and largemouth bass. It has also been documented that exponential growth of the population from 400 adults to 5,500 during 2006-2010 at minimum. The northern pike has also impacted vulnerable native species of trout, game, and non-game fish, and even steelheads. It is believed the pike were moved downstream from Montana's Clark Fork Flathead system, where they were initially introduced illegally in the 1970s to 80s. They were flushed down the Clark Fork and into Lake Pend Oriole, which was too deep and inhospitable, but during the flooding from Lake Pend Oriole to Pend Oriole River, that resulted in 1997 during the meltdown of one of the biggest snowpacks on record. The pike found a place they could call home at the Box Canyon Reservoir, which featured off-channel sloths, typically at the mouths of tributary creeks, ideal for the springtime spawning. Currently, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife are trying to minimize the impact of native species of fish and reduce the number of pike in the Oriole system, and work to prevent illegal introductions of pike into waters. A full effort to decrease non-native northern pike populations in eastern Washington's Box Canyon Reservoir. They're aiming for 87% reduction in pike. It has been recorded that more than 4,500 fish have been removed this spring through unconcentrated netting effort. And they say that if you catch a pike, kill it. As harsh as it may be, it needs to be done, or else there will be no other game fish left to fish. The idea is to reduce the northern pike population and thus reduce their impact on native fish and other game fish, and lessen the likelihood that they will flood downriver and get footholds in the Columbia River system.
I had fish and blues on here. Educational video 101.
Oh, my girlfriend's like a total animal freak, so she'll appreciate this.
An animal freak as in
Like
she
if,
doesn't like them to be hurt?
If you like hit a mosquito, she'll fucking freak out at you.
What a human! Can you hit humans?
These fish were fucking
These fish were,
roaching on us.
they were coming right for us.
And this fucker just happened.
We dumped them
Have a
fish
shitty
guts
day.
across there because we thought you guys would, but you didn't.
Give him a smoke.
So later on, when you see birds over here, you grab a 22